I'm hearing theories from mostly the right that someone other than Joe Biden will end up being the Democratic Party nominee. The main theory that I'm hearing is that the Democratic Party will kind of wait until it's deeper in the primary season to kind of like retire Joe Biden's jersey, basically, and and then the DNC would arbitrarily pick someone else because it's too late for the voters to vote on that. I don't know how accurate that is, but
I don't think it's going to happen.
If like, let's say maybe Joe Biden dies, or maybe Joe Biden himself arbitrarily says that he wants to not carry on with his campaign, who do you think would be like the most likely choice to replace him? Because it's not going to be Marianne Williamson. It's not going to be RFK Jr. It's not going to be Cenk Uygur. I think the two main names that I'm hearing right now are Gavin Newsom and Michelle Obama, which, by the way, Michelle Obama, I don't understand it. Only right-wingers are ever think that Michelle Obama is going to run for president. I also have that on my 2024 bingo card where Michelle Obama does not run for president because so many right-wingers love to say that she is always going to run for president. That's what the claim was I think in 2020, where it's like, oh, Michelle Obama.
Did they also claim that Michelle is actually used to be Michael?
No. This actually isn't from far right. Like, that's from like the far right. I'm talking about even just like, I guess, like, I don't know if like hard right's the right word, but just like normal right wingers are saying like, oh, Michelle Obama might run for president. But it's like, that doesn't make sense to me. It doesn't even sound like something Democrats want. But do you think do you think Gavin Newsom might run or someone else? I know we do know that they trotted out Gavin Newsom for that red versus blue debate between Gavin Newsom and DeSantis. I don't know if you saw that.
Yeah, I saw a little bit of that. It was interesting.
Yeah.
Well, I think by default, we do have a Vice President, Kamala Harris, who is not like, she's less popular than Joe Biden. Granted, she's younger, which I guess is a good thing. But I think by default that would be the answer. I can see Gavin Newsom like running. I guess this next election cycle after this one. And I think it would, honestly, I think Gavin Newsom probably should have been put up like from the get-go instead of Biden.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm gonna likely support Biden, but I'm not crazy about it, of course. But yeah, I think Gavin Newsom probably would have been. I think it'd probably be just Kamala Harris because she is vice president and does have experience being in the White House and all of that. Even though I think Gavin Newsom would be a good choice, I'm gonna get a lot of people excited. I think it's too late in the game.
Yeah.
I mean, same thing goes. Like, I mean, well, Joe Biden's not gonna go behind bars, obviously. I'm like, the possibility of that happening to Trump, but like Biden dying would be his only path to not getting a nominee, and then I think it would just be Kamala Harris because she's vice president. So that's how I see it.
Yeah, Kamala Harris would be the technically logical choice. I think the thing is that she's very unpopular. I don't know if the DNC would even be like, "Oh yeah, we'll support you." Like, I wouldn't be shocked if they just like trotted somebody else out of pure spite to maybe try to keep themselves from having to deal with Kamala Harris as a presidential candidate. Yeah. But I think you're actually completely right on Gavin Newsom, and it's funny because if you just look on paper with track records, like, or the track record as governor, I would think that didn't make sense. Like, I used to think that it didn't make sense to try to trot Gavin Newsom out there, but then I watched the debate between Gavin Newsom and DeSantis, and while I think that Newsom got like kind of trounced, it wasn't really that fair of a fight between the two. I will say this: Gavin Newsom has an extremely likable personality, and I think at the end of the day, like, having a likable personality is 50% of what voters are looking for when it comes to deciding who they want to vote for as president. So, likability is something that I think Joe Biden struggles with at this point. Maybe part of it is just that he doesn't have much of a personality left to like, which is
he's
really
a little
sad.
milquetoast.
Yeah, which is a little sad to say, because I actually did used to find him likable back when he was the vice president for Barack Obama. It's sad to see so much of that personality gone at this point. But yeah, Gavin Newsom, if he can get enough people to believe what he says when he speaks, like he could have a pretty good run in any presidential campaign.